Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. On today's video, I am going to be sharing with you all of the completed pages that I got done for the month of July. I got quite a few done. I'm pretty pleased. We're going to start with my whips, though. I have a couple of whips. So I have this one in a Million Llamas. I have this done so far. I really like the way that it's turning out. I wanted to do something a little bit different in the background. I didn't want it to be a solid thing of color all the way across, because on this side there's like a 2-page spread here, and then on the next page there's another one where it's like to the edge coloring. So I just wanted this one to kind of be like a little bit of a rest, so it doesn't go all the way to the edge around the top. I might do something similar in the sky on this side as well, but I just thought this one was really cute. I just kind of picked this at random and decided to play. I did some chalk pastels in the background. I probably will go in with some pencils as well and play with that a little bit more. And then I'm using Sioux color pencils. These are, it's kind of like my tester in this book, at least, on this paper. And so far it's working out pretty well. So yeah, so that is that one in a Million Llamas. Then I have a couple of Yana Prosperina whips that I did not get finished. So this one is one. I did get a little bit more done on this one. I think previously it was just the cat, this background, and her skin that was, maybe just her face that was colored. I used some alcohol marker to color the rest, did her hands, and then I kind of got stuck. So this one will probably be one that I come back to in the fall. I think it's a really pretty illustration. The next one is one where I just did an alcohol marker base, and this is in the Mermaids book by Yana. Yeah, just wanted something fun and different, and then didn't really want to color a mermaid because I just did that a couple months ago. And then this one I had an inspiration image. Excuse me, I found this inspiration image on Pinterest. Really liked that background, so I kind of did my own thing. Again, I used chalk pastels to do this, and then I also used this awesome stencil. And if I can find this stencil on Amazon, I will link it in the description below. But this was really handy because I was able to erase perfect circles. I was able to add perfect circles back on top. I do have to seal that at some point because it is chalk pastel. It's not soft pastel, so it shouldn't come off too badly, but I want to make sure that it doesn't move. So I am going to add a little bit more colored pencil in there to darken up some of the areas of the green, I think. But yeah, just thought that turned out really cool. And then the rest of this is just alcohol markers so far. So I need to finish the shading on that one. And that's it for the completed, or for the whips. I didn't get to do any cards or scrapbooking this month, but I will have some to show you next month. But not that you guys tuned in for that, but just thought I'd share. Okay, so let's move on to my completed pages. And I had several buddy colors this month. And we'll start with this one. This is one that I had with Amanda. And I will link, she's got a YouTube channel and an Instagram channel. And I think they're both relatively newer, I think. But I will link both of those in the description. I'll put them on screen so you guys can see. This was my inspiration sheet for this page. I really liked the way that the kelp looked on this and the colors that were in this whale. And so I kind of just went with that. And this is my page. And I like the way that it turned out. I really do. I did notice after I posted it on Instagram that I forgot to do the centers of some of the flowers. So I will have to go back in and do that. But I just think it turned out really cool. The background took forever because I used Prismacolors. And then I went through and did a marker base of all the kelp, the mermaids, the flowers, and some of the whale. Not the water part, but the rest of the whale I did a marker base. And then I went over top of all that with some Prismacolors. Yeah, just really liked the way it turned out. The kelp did take forever. And this is my very first time doing one of Lulu's double page spreads. And I really, even though it took forever, I did enjoy the process. I think it was really fun, and I love the way that it looks in the end. So So yeah, so that one is from A Million Mermaids and that was with Amanda. This next one was with Megan. This is from this, I don't know how to say it, but it's this book by Colourful World. And we did this moose page together. And she is Colourful Pyrate, if I have that correct. I will put it again on screen and in the description below so you guys can go give her some love. I love the way that this turned out. Oh, and I will be posting, you'll probably have already seen the mermaid one, but I will be posting pictures of their completed pages as well as mine. So here's here is Megan's page. And then on mine, I used Inktense in the background and then did Prismacolors on top, a lot of white Posca around the geyser here and the snow and some of the these flowers in the front here. And I love that this saying, it says, the whispering of the wind and the murmur of the sea give you happiness of just existing. I think that's pretty. I like that there's, you know, facts and quotes and stuff all throughout this book. Oh, I forgot I did this one. Look at that. I don't know. Maybe I showed you guys this. I think I did this month. I think I was supposed to post this for Effie Colors. Darn it. Inktense as a base, Prismacolor on top, whole bunch of white Posca on the bear. But then if you look close, you can see he's got lots of pink and purple shading and bits and pieces on him. So yeah, I like the way that turned out too. I really wanted to try to keep it as monochromatic as I can, but I did pink and purple instead of just pink, because I thought the purple would look really good on the mountains and the trees there. But yeah, I forgot I did that. There you go. That's a bonus page. That wasn't a buddy color, but bonus page. Okay, so that was both. Those are both in that wonderful book. The next one I have is Botanicum. This is a buddy color with Seljan. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I don't want to mispronounce it, but I will put their name, their Instagram name on screen so you guys can go check them out. And here is their page. And then this one is mine. So this was I went and looked in the back of the book to see what this bird was, what this butterfly was, flowers, all that stuff, and pulled up some inspiration images and had those printed up. And I really like the way that this robin looked. So I tried to copy it as best I could. And I think I did a pretty good job. There's kind of a close-up of the robin. This is a European robin. I do not remember what this butterfly is, but I really liked the way that this looked. So we just went with that. And then I do have lots of gold gel pen in there. So I'm hoping you can see some of that glitter because it does make it fun and sparkly. So it's around some of the butterfly's wings, a few dots on the background, and then in the center of a lot of the flowers on the eggs. So yeah, really liked the way that this one turned out. And then I'm excited because I have another buddy color in this one next month. So I am just coloring the heck out of these Botanicum pages. So yeah, there is that one. Oh, and that's the same image as the one on the front. And that's where I pulled some of that inspiration for the gold gel pen, was because there's all the gold on the front of this as well. So it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty similar. Pretty similar. The only thing that's missing, like this one's not on the front, and then this isn't on the page, and then this butterfly is over here. But the stars and stuff that I put in, I don't know if you saw that. So I've got a bunch of stars and stuff in the background here. I put those in because of what was on the front cover there. So yeah. All right, I really like that page. I like the way that one turned out. The next one is another buddy color. This one is with Dan from Color with Dan, I believe. And we did this one together. And here is Dan's page. And then on mine, again, I used Inktense because I really love to use Inktense in this book. I used Prismacolors on top. I just kind of wanted another fantastical kind of sky. I think that I should have done the trees a little bit darker because it blends in too much with the sky. It kind of looks like it's clouds or something instead of trees and then sky. But don't hate it. I think it's still pretty cool. I like the flowers, the way that I did those. I used a lot of the same colors, kind of interspersed them in here. For the characters, like the girl characters with the short hair in this book, and I'm not sure what their name is. I don't know if it says in this book, but she always has short blonde hair and then some kind of blue dress with yellow accents. So if you look here, she's got the short blonde hair with the blue nightgown. Here she's got, well, it's a little darker in this one, but she's got a yellow nice dress, but a big blue bow. And I think that there's another one where she's the same kind of, I don't remember where she's at again. Oh, and this one. Yeah, so short blonde hair and then like a blue dress with yellow boots. So I'm kind of trying to keep with a theme here. But yeah, I really like the way that turned out. I love I added like little floaty light things in there. I don't know if you can even see those. I just thought it was something different and cute, and yeah, I just thought it was neat. So there is another one done in Romantic Country. That makes me super happy. So this one and Botanicum are both on my books to finish eventually. So that is another one done there. Okay, so now these are just some random pages. So I did one in Circle of Life. This was a whip from last month that I did end up completing. So this one, I did this lovely camp scene with the swans. I've got a lot of gold gel pen on here, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but makes it really super sparkly. Really wanted, for some reason, once I colored this tent red, the trees had to be orange. You know, the sky had to be like a muted yellow. The mountains had to be all warm browns. It was the whole thing. And then I've got that color palette kind of going into the flowers down at the bottom here too. So yeah, I really like the way this turned out though. That was a fun one to do. And I haven't colored one in Circle of Life in a long time. I really should color in this more. I think this one might have to go into my books to finish eventually, and I might take another one out. So, because this one is it's just fun to color in. Okay, so that is Circle of Life. The next one is, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this one. This one is one that you guys saw at the beginning of the month, and I finished it, which is amazing. So I finished my red, white, and blue page. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it's finished, so that's good news. I like my eagle. I think he turned out pretty neat. I really don't love all the doodles. It's just a lot for me. But I think it looks pretty cool. So I did a marker base on the eagle, and then I used Prismacolors on top. Same thing for the majority of the little doodles. A lot of it is marker work, and then I did a tiny little bit of shading here and there. Used some white Posca to outline a lot of the little smoky bits. I used some gel pens here and there on just different things to kind of highlight a few things here and there. But yeah, it's done. It's a finished page in Anamorphia, which I haven't finished one of those in forever, so that's good news. That's good news. And I really am happy that I really liked the way that the background turned out, so I was happy to kind of finish that up with having such a cool background in there. So now I only have a million other pages in here to finish before, yeah. This is not a book that I'm ever going to finish, I don't think, but it was fun to get it out and to color it and to actually finish a page this month. So yeah, so there is that one from Anamorphia. Next we've got this one. So this is from my Z is for Zombie video that I put out this month. So I finished my first alphabet series. My next one should hopefully start next month, and that one's going to be all focused on animals. So if you are looking for tips or want to see kind of how I color different animals, make sure you keep your eye out for that. So in Spooky Girl, this is Spooky Girl by Coco Wyo, I did a tester page on the front here. I just wanted it to look really creepy, and I will hold it up close so you can see her face. Sorry if that freaks anybody out. She is very creepy. Yeah. This book can get a little spooky, but there's also some cute stuff in here too. So here's all my bits and pieces still from that video. So here is the full page spread that I did. I really enjoyed doing this. Again, she's very, very creepy, very creepy skin. I'm not sure how often I will do that whole spiel again. I might probably just do like some really dark circles under her eyes and call it a day. But I like the way this turned out. I used alcohol markers and then some, I think, Prismacolors on top. I don't know that I wrote that down anywhere. I might have. Hold on a second. No, I used polychromos on top of the alcohol markers in this. And then I also used, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there are some, I used some black Link Shine in the background, some black glaze pen, on the bats, a little bit on the goop coming out of her eyes and her irises. Yeah, I just think it turned out really cute. And this skin balloon was just gross, but I thought it would be a good color for a balloon that looked like skin. So yeah, so there it is. It's a little dark and a little creepy, but pretty cool. I'll put that away till Halloween. And then I also did this page. So this is from I Don't Know, but I will put that on screen, and I will also have a link to their Etsy shop because there is a set of 3 images that were all kind of zombie pinup girl kind of pages, and I just went through and did a marker base. I think I did most of this on screen. I know for sure I did the zombie on screen. So, but really wanted to kind of go for more of a, you know, comic-y graphic tone instead of like a realistic kind of tone. But yeah, I thought she turned out pretty cool. So yeah, so I will link this artist shop. I think this is the only set of images they have on Etsy, but they're beautiful, and I hope that they draw more. So yeah, so you can find them on Etsy. Okay, let's see what else we got. We've got this one that this one that I just finished. This one will have been posted to Instagram just recently, so you probably have seen this one. I did this one. This one also was featured in my weekend whip this past weekend. She turned out really cute. She's got lots of sparkly bits everywhere. She's got glitter pen on her eyelashes, on her hair, her necklace, her wings, and then some stickles on the clouds in the background. Yeah, I thought she turned out cute. But yeah, there is that one, and that one is from Enchanted Faces. So that's another one done in here. I have several started in here. That's the next one I want to work on. So we'll see how that goes. I broke out my a set of pastel markers that I got, and so I wanted to try that out on that book, and we'll see how it goes. All right, and then I did a Christmas in July. So I bought this book specifically because it says Christmas in July, and these Santas and flamingos really cute. And I didn't realize it when I colored it, but I did the same image as the front cover. But I made my scene kind of at night, so it's Santa and his flamingo buddy chilling out on the beach at night. I did most of this with alcohol markers. I have a tiny little bit of shading with pencil on the sky in the background, and I think maybe on the coconuts, but that's about it. Everything else is shaded with alcohol markers. And then I have some stickles on Santa's hat, and just really liked, and a little bit on his shirt here and there. Really like how vibrant and fun that was. And it was a quick, easy page to do, and just fun to just sit with my alcohol markers and veg out. So yeah, so there is that one. All right, next we have my Yana Prosperina pages, and I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Yana Prosperina pages done, plus those few that I started that I didn't get to finish. Did good this month. Okay, so the first one is another Christmas in July page. So this one is from Whimsical Darlings. I did post this one on Instagram, and I colored this one. I kind of messed her up just a little bit. I didn't wait for my little gold splatters to dry, and so I kind of got things messed up, but the rest of it turned out okay. I decided I wanted to do a washi tape background, and this is the only Christmas themed washi tape I have, so that's the one I went with, and then kind of based my colors off of the candy canes in the background. That was really fun to do. I haven't done anything like that in a really long time, and just really like the way it turned out. I would like to incorporate that technique a little bit more in some of my coloring. I think it would be a nice addition. Then the rest of this is alcohol markers, except the background, I believe, let's see, the background I did use gelatos on the background. I forgot about that. Yeah, so I used the gelatos dry on the background. I have a couple different colors. I don't know if you'll be able to really see it, but one of them was a pearlescent one, so it's a little shiny. And then I used some nice gold watercolor sprinkles. I've got stickles on the dress and on her wings. I used some, I think it was just alcohol markers and, alcohol markers and polycolors. No, polychromos. Gosh, polychromos. And I think one brute fooner, a couple of brute fooners. Anyway, and then I've got some red stickles on here. Used some little white Posca dots around the holly berry. I just thought it was a cute palette. It's Christmassy, but not, exactly bright red, bright green. It's a nice muted tone with the pink thrown in there. I think that's a pretty palette. So that one was from Whimsical Darlings Holiday Edition. The next one I have is from Whimsical Darlings Coloring Book, and this one is one that I had pre-prepared with satin glazing liquid. And this one, I'm sorry, this one is gesso. So this one was the clear gesso that I had sanded. And I wrote all of it down, look at me. And I used super colors and then some Prismacolors over top. You can see a little bit, so wondering where it would be the best. Just a tiny bit you can see kind of right in this area. You can see that line coming down right there. It might just be me, but you do have to sand these if you're going to use those mediums and want to use pencil on top. If you're just going to stick to watercolor mediums, you don't have to sand it. But if you want to use pencil, which I typically do, you do have to sand things. I really like the way that the background worked a lot better on the gesso, and I liked the way that this sanded down a little bit more than the satin glazing liquid actually. But if you don't sand it down, it's really rough. I think it turned out really pretty. This one did not get posted on Instagram, so you guys are the first to see that one. And that one was from Whimsical Darlings. The next one I have is from Fantasy Realm. This is one of my favorite books by her. And again, this is another one that has the satin glazing liquid on the page, and then I sanded it down. So this page has a whole bunch of stuff on it. Like a whole bunch, and I am hoping that you can see all of the sparkle and shine in this book because it's crazy sparkly. So let's go over this. In the background, I have ink tints that I did for the kind of galaxy look in the background, and that one worked a lot better than any of the other things that I used, I think at least, to create that nice effect. And then I used a toothbrush to flick in some stars. I did I used the Folk Art Extreme Glitter hologram for the unicorn's body. And then I used the Folk Art Extreme Glitter black on her wings. I like this one much more than I like the black, but that's just my opinion. Then I used some frosted lace stickles here, some diamond stickles down here on the clouds, lots of silver sparkle pen, used silver on the eye. I thought that was kind of a neat touch. And then I think just ink tints on the body and then Prismacolor on top. Yeah, and and then some Cosmic Shimmer Cosmic Shimmer watercolor for the horse's mane. So if you can see that, it's a really like ice blue kind of color. Although it might just come across as shine to you, I don't know. But I really like the way this page turned out. I thought it was really fun to do. And yeah, that is that one. So that is from Fantasy Realm. And like I said, this one is one of my favorite books because it has so many different kinds of characters in it and different creatures. And yeah, this one will be making another appearance here shortly, I believe. Okay. Then in Fantasy Dolls Volume 2, I did this one. This one was featured on the channel a little bit. I did do a little bit of work. I can't remember what exactly I did on screen with you guys, but I most of it is I used super colors in the background, which those ones I had to go over a couple of times to get it to blend out the right way. Didn't love that, but it worked well on the rest of this. So I used a Tombow marker on her hair, and then I think the super colors on the flowers and the wings. Maybe not these wings. And then I used the Cosmic Shimmer watercolors on top of all of that. So the wings and the flowers all have a nice shine to them. I put a little bit of stickles on the wings here. I used, what pencils did I use for this one? I used Polychromos pencils. And with that glazing liquid underneath, you can really see it, you can see the tooth of the paper, but it didn't bother me so much. I tried to blend it out as best I could, but it wasn't going anywhere, so I just kind of left it and worked with it as it was, and I think it turned out okay. Used a nice little purple gel pen up here, and yeah, just really liked the way that her purple hair stands out, or no, red hair stands out from the purple background, and yeah, I just think it's a pretty cool page. I like that one. So that is Fantasy Dolls Volume 2. I also did one in Fantasy Dolls Volume 1. And this is another one with the glazing liquid on it. So this one I used just straight watercolors in the background. Didn't love the way that I did the background, so I just added a bunch of dots and hoped for the best. I did use watercolor on the branches, on everything, her hair, her skin, everything. And then I went over with my Prismacolors on her hair and her shirt here and her skin. But yeah, I like the way that ended up looking. I really like the color of her hair on this one. Background I don't love, but I think she looks pretty. So that's really all that matters. But yeah, this one is a good one to do with your alcohol markers, I think. I mean, it's fun. It was fun to use the different water mediums in these books, but I don't know. I'm not good enough yet to get like the shading right that I want in her face with just watercolors. So I do have to go back in with my pencils and do my best to get the blending and everything. You can kind of see there's a blue color on her eyes here, and it looks okay now, but when I first did it I was like, oh my gosh, I've ruined it, because I used a watercolor to do that, and I couldn't get it to right, so I had to go back in with my pencils and fix it, but worked out in the end. So yep, there is that one from Fantasy Dolls Volume 1. Then, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. This one was a buddy color with Kori. So this was my inspiration sheet, and these are some of the images that Yana has out there, and I pulled those from Pinterest. They're just so pretty. I really liked the way the wings were, so I wanted to bring some color into the wings, and so this is what I did. So Kori from Colorfully Optimistic, and I colored this live on her channel. We live buddy colored, and then we both have finished this page off camera, but this is how mine turned out, and I really like it. I like the amount of color on her. I think is really fun, and I'm glad that I was able to incorporate the majority of these colors into her. I think she just turned out really fun and colorful, and I do like the way that the wings ended up looking. So this is, again, alcohol markers, Prismacolor on top. I've got some stickles on the wings, a little bit of silver sparkle pen on a couple of the brushes. Yeah, and that's about it. Oh, and the background is the soft pastels. So yeah, that one is that. And then the last one, last but not least, is this one. So if you guys recognize this page, then you'll know that this is the sheet, or this is my image that, this is the image that Yana, Prosperina, reached out to me and asked if I would color for her for an event that they have going on. And I will list the Yana's Etsy shop and the link to the Facebook group where they have that Smog Fest event going. But yeah, this one, I really struggled for a little while trying to figure out what kind of color palette I wanted and how I wanted the dragon to look. And then I found this image of this ranger and just kind of went from there. So you can see I really just pulled the same color palette straight from this image onto her, and then found a color palette that went with that and used that for the dragon. And so yeah, there you go. Again, you can see this is a complete color along on the channel. I used alcohol markers, I used Prismacolors, yeah, Prismacolors, and then chalk pastel in the background. And yeah, I love the way that this one turned out. I was really pleased with this one. Nothing sparkly or anything about it, but she's just cool looking, I think. And I really like the way that the dragon looks. So yeah, so that is it. Let me know in the comments what your favorite image was. And next month, I think I am going to be doing a mythographic month. So I'm going to try to put out a video kind of talking about that a little bit. I don't know that I'm going to do necessarily a specific hashtag, but I might. So keep an eye out for that as well. But yeah, that is it for me today. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.